Hey guys, Jeeps here, and welcome to FTL, or Faster Than Light, if you want to not abbreviate it for some reason, I don't know why. So what is FTL? Well, this is a kind of space roguelike ship management game, and it is also notable for being kind of the first major gaming Kickstarter game that has actually come out. And I'm happy to say it's absolutely fantastic. This game is amazing, especially if you have ever been any sort of kind of sci-fi nerd, if you've ever kind of just liked the idea of managing ship systems and all that good stuff. This game is going to scratch a very specific itch for you, and it is so much fun. It's made by Subset Games. Like I said, they kickstarted it. It went off. I was not a part of that Kickstarter, sadly. Kind of wish I was. This game is really fantastic. I'm so happy it got funded. And I think we should just jump in and see what it's all about. There might be more than one video on this. It kind of depends on how long it takes for me to die. So for those of you who don't know what a roguelike is, they're games like Rogue, which is actually a game I've never played. It's an old game. Think of these games that have permadeath, but the whole point is you play them multiple times. You're likely not going to actually complete it. You're most likely going to die. But then you play it again, and it's not exactly the same every time. And I don't know, it's exciting. So this is that, except instead of a little, rogue or whatever character class you might have in a dungeon, you're flying through space in a ship with your crew, and you have to try and make it through. You have valuable information that the rebels want, and the rebels are destroying the Federation, and you have to make it to the Federation base or something. It's awesome. It's really awesome. So, starting off, this is the one ship you have, is the Kestrel class cruiser. If you show rooms here, you can see you got all your different ship systems. You got your engineering bay, or engines, your life support, weapons, med bay, shields, sensors, door controls, and of course piloting, or the helm. Take your pick. You then also, it shows all the different power you have sent to your subsystems here, or how much power they can handle. And then you can also upgrade your reactor just to give you more bars of power available at any given time. That's easier to show you once we actually get into the game and not just on this screen. I actually have two different ships available, and we're not going to use the Kestrel, which is probably nice for those of you who have seen videos on this already, because I haven't seen anywhere anyone hasn't used the Kestrel yet. So we're actually going to use the NG Cruiser, which is the easiest one to unlock first, in my opinion. All this requires you to do is get to the 5th sector of the game, which can actually be pretty challenging. I mean, I've had games where I've died in, like, the 2nd planet I've gone to, but yeah, I like the NG Cruiser a lot, and if we switch over to the NG Cruiser, it sees it changes some things. First of all, 2 of your crew member are now NG, or Engi, however it's pronounced, which are kind of these synthetic life form people. They repair twice as fast, but deal less damage in combat. Now, this means combat for if someone boards your ship, not your weapons on your ship. Likewise, it has different weapons. For example, it doesn't actually have a missile and a laser like the main ship has. It has an ion cannon, and it actually has a drone control system built in, which means what you think it means. You can send off drones. So it has an anti-ship drone and an ion blaster. Ion blaster is really nice because it charges really fast, and it doesn't actually deal damage, but it deals system damage. So it can shut down systems without actually damaging the ship at all. Also, the NG Cruiser has this thing called a Bot Dispersal, which means crew members will heal no matter where they are in the ship, but at a slower rate than if they go to the med bay. It's really nice. It's also really nice if, say, you've got ship fires and stuff, because it means they're going to die a little less quicker if the oxygen's low, or if they're repairing a room that's on fire, or whatever, just because they'll be gaining a little bit of health. It's really good. Overall, I actually don't know if I'd say the NG Cruiser is strictly better. You are worse off if someone teleports onto your ship if you still have just the starting crew, because, well, NG are terrible at finding things off. And you are very reliant on your anti-ship drone to actually kill anything. All you can really do is keep them subdued with the ion blaster. Good thing is this thing does fire fast as hell. So you can also do some fun customized things. So of course I can go, well, there are not male and female NG. We're just gonna keep their names. Tai Yi seems pretty cool. We'll keep Tai Yi around too. I like these guys. These guys are good. Gumpo, I had Gumpo, the previous one. Gumpo is a champ. We're going to keep him. As you could see earlier, too, there are a ton of ships you can unlock. I almost unlocked this one last time, except I ended up killing the guy you have to convince to get the ship. So I've almost gotten this one, too. Yeah. So without further ado, we're going to be playing on normal. We'll rename it to something else. What do we want to name this thing? We're gonna name it the laser boat. I don't know why we're naming it the laser boat, but we're naming it the laser boat. Especially since we don't have any lasers, but we're calling it the laser boat. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's start. So, data you carry is vital to the remaining Federation fleet. You'll need supplies for the journey, so make sure to explore each sector before moving on to the next. But get to the exit before the pursuing rebel fleet can catch up. Tip: your score is based on how many ships you defeat, the number of beacons explored, and your total scrap collection. Alright, continue. So, scrap, while we're on that topic, is the currency of this game. You use this to do everything, including buy from stores, because yes, there are stores, or upgrading your ship. And if I go over to ship here, you can see what I mean by upgrading. For 25 scrap, you can get another power bar added to your reactor. All of the power you're not using is listed here. As you can see right now, none of my weapon systems are powered up, my drones aren't powered up, and my engines are only partially powered, because unless you're in combat, there's not really any need to have these fully powered up. Because all this does, having your engines powered up more, is increases your evade chance as long as your ship has a pilot. And it makes your FTL drive meter charge up quicker. Excuse me. But unless you're in combat, it will automatically go up to jump because there's no threat to you, so the time doesn't actually matter. So you can upgrade any of these. You can also upgrade things like your subsystems, which are your sensors, your piloting, and your door systems. Door systems are surprisingly important. Getting blast doors makes getting your ship invaded so much less of a hassle, just because they slow down invaders. And also, it slows down the spread of fires. These are unbelievably useful. Sensors are nice too, because they let you see the interior of an enemy ship, so you can see exactly where the crew is on the enemy ship. Piloting is also nice because it gives you an autopilot. Now, your evasion rate is less if you have the autopilot on and not a pilot, but you still have some, and you are still piloted at all. So a good one, which, honestly, I've never actually bought, which is a huge mistake on my part. Then, of course, you can upgrade your shields. It takes 2 bars to upgrade the amount of shields you can have, so every 2 power gives you another shield. Engines ups your evade. Your life support. The higher this is upgraded, the faster your oxygen refills if there was a hull breach or something. Weapons, this just lets you have more power devoted to your weapons. Same with drone systems. And then medbay makes the medbay work better. We only have 10 scrap now, we're going to save it. However, we don't need these guys just standing around doing nothing, so not like it really does anything. But let's put these guys... This NG can go and be my engineer. See what I did there? And Tai, you can go be my weapons officer. Now, manning different systems increases their effectiveness. So, for example, manning the engines made my evade chance go up to 15% from 10%. Likewise, if you have someone manning weapons, the weapon's refire rate is a little bit quicker. The charge up on how long it takes to fire the weapon goes down. Very, very useful. Likewise, if you have someone manning shields, your shields will come back up quicker. And all the other systems are not you don't man, so it doesn't affect anything on there. But that's enough talking. Let's jump ahead. Now, where can we go? This is your little star map thing. Current location, we go back, but keep in mind, the Rebel fleet is going to be coming from this side and going across this way. So going backwards can be kind of dangerous. However, beelining straight for the exit can also be a bad idea because it can leave you woefully unequipped. You do have to take a lot of risks in this game, and usually it will mean you die. However, sometimes you'll get a freaking awesome weapon out of it or something. Last game I played, I ended up getting a bunch of just weapons just handed to me. So I went to a system, found a Federation sympathizer, and like, hey, here's a laser for you, have fun. Now, we can also go to these nebulas you see here. These are a huge pain, because your sensors don't work in nebulas. Also, my absolute least favorite hazard is found in nebulas. I hate plasma storms. They have your reactor power, and it sucks. So we're actually going to go back. Let's see what's back here. A pirate ship. Oh, slavers. Okay, so this is one of the random events you will find. A well-armed pirate ship. This is really bad, actually. So we can either randomly send one of our crew member over to the slavers, or we can try and fight them, which is what we're going to do. But this could be really bad, because this looks to be well-armed, and they have a teleport beacon, which means they can warp crew onto our ship, which sucks, actually this early on. But we will not surrender one of our crew. Let's power up the ion blasters, power up the anti-ship drone. Using a drone uses 1 drone part. Likewise, if we had missiles, you have a number of missiles here too. And this is fuel, which I'll get to when we get back to the map screen if we survive. I forgot to mention that. Now, let's see, that's all of our power is now being used, you can see, because it takes 3 power to power up the ion blaster, which is the maximum amount of power our weapon system can support. Now, we really want their shields. Well, likely we can't take out the teleporter in time, but let's see if we can maybe keep their teleporter from doing anything. We might be able to. No, we can't. So let's pause again. We'll actually send you after the weapons. No, shields. We need to try and get their shields down, then the anti-ship drone will be way more effective. So, oh god, Mantis too. We need Tai back in here, or we're boned. Tai, get back in here. Thankfully, weapon systems, when we have such a fast-firing weapon, it's not that big of a deal. But that Engi cannot beat a Mantis, even with the med drones. However, now we should be okay. Also, oh, sweet. While that was going, our ship drone took out the piloting. So we're just going to keep... We've got auto fire on here, which means it'll keep firing at whatever target thing you've got targeted. God, this is a stressful first thing. We're going to keep a pilot in here so we can get that 10% evade. It's not much, but chance to miss is always good. And there we go. Actually, that went really well, surprisingly. They surrender, and we can either destroy them, which will give us some good stuff, or they'll give us a slave, which means we get another crew member. Let's take the crew. Ah, and it's a Mantis. Good, good, good. Bjorn the Mantis, go help out. Oh, wait, no, he teleported off. Well, Bjorn, you are now going to be our weapons officer. Tai, you can now man the shields. Ah, wow, that actually went surprisingly well. We didn't lose anything except for the one ship part, or drone part it took to launch our anti-ship drone. Wow, that actually went really well. And we got another crew member. Fantastic. Mantis, I think, move faster and do more damage in close combat, but their repair rate is halved. So, very useful to have in case of boarding. Let's get out of here. Now, back to fuel. Each jump takes 1 fuel. If you run out of fuel and you're not in a place you can buy fuel, you're out of luck, you lose. But let's keep moving forward, shall we? Let's go to this unvisited location, see what we have. And remember when I talked about sympathizers? We just got a Halberd Beam. Now, what does this do? Go to ship, we can go to equipment. The Halberd Beam. Ooh, it's a very high... Ooh, wow. It is a very slow-firing weapon. And it's a beam weapon. And does a lot of damage, though. Wow. Takes a lot of power, though, so we can't have both of these active at a time. However... It's a scary weapon when it fires. Pretty much the way beam weapons work is they can pen through shields, but they lose 1 damage for each shield in their way. So this one, since it's a 2 damage thing, against these early ships that likely only have 1 shield, it will still be able to do damage through it, which is very good, actually. This is really nice. I haven't gotten a 2 damage beam before. Coupled with the anti-ship beacon, these are going to be scary. Now, also the way that... Well, I'll show you how they work when we get to a fight. But also we got some scrap, which is nice. We're not going to spend any yet. Let's avoid the Nebula. I really hate going into Nebulas if I can avoid... Oh, God, asteroids! And an auto scout. Well, at least we got a fight, but this is going to be tricky. We need to deal with their shields. So let's pause. We need the anti-ship drone up, and we're going to take that offline, put the Halberd Beam up. Let's try this. Now... Notice I can't specifically target a room like I could earlier. What I can do, however, is this. Let's target right here. And I can just sweep the beam right there and hit all 3 of those sections. Let's do it. Now, asteroids are bad because pretty much it's like having a 1 damage missile hit every now and again, which means your shields will go down much more frequently. So this is going to be worrying. But, yes, they got an asteroid strike on their weapon systems, though. That's very good for us. We just gotta wait for the Halberd Beam to get ready. Okay, they aren't firing fast enough. This... Yeah, that. Okay, this thing is incredible. Sweet, we got fuel, drone parts, and 16 more scrap. But now we do have to wait to get out of here, so... Because it is an asteroid field, you could potentially just get destroyed in here. So, now we play the waiting game. Asteroid fields are a little nerve-wracking. But that went very much in our favor. This Halberd Beam is nasty. Alright, let's jump. Let's go to there. If we go there, we're just going to have to double... Well, let's see. We'll go here. Let's get out of this damn asteroid field, though. Ooh, storage cache. Totally worth it. Cache. Gotta take this thing down. Oh, wow. It's got scary weapon systems, though. Get the anti-ship drone. Actually, we're going to ion blast this thing this time, though. Because it doesn't have shield, so we can just take down its weapons really quickly. Yes! Just keep its weapons on lockdown. Hopefully. Ah! Damn. So missiles go through shields. So we need to... There we go. Now its weapons are down. Just keep its weapons ioned, and the drone will take it out. When things don't have shields, ion cannons are really nasty because you can just pick a system you want deactivated and just keep it down. So we salvage that, and we get a hull repair... Oh, yes! More scrap and a hull repair drone. Okay, it's a one-time use drone, but still. Hull damage is very hard to repair. You can pay for it to be repaired at stores, but it doesn't get repaired normally. So one-time use free hull repair is really nice. We're gonna hold on to that for now. Now what's nearby? Speaking of stores, before we spend any upgrades, let's see what we can get over here. Let's see. Excuse me. Well, we're good on fuel for the moment still. Our hull's in pretty good shape. Do we want the repair arm? I think we do, actually, want the repair arm. We're taking that. It's worth it. And we will... fix up our ship a little. Buy one more fuel. And there we go. Let's go over to the ship. We make sure that is set up. That's going to be nice. We're going to be getting less scrap now, but our ship will be staying in better shape. All right, distress beacon? Yeah, let's go to the distress beacon. This is turning into a very surprisingly good run so far. Yes! Ah, I get to demonstrate another thing. And I've never been able to do this one properly. So, distress beacon is a small pirate ship trapped between two asteroids. Oops, sorry, hit my microphone there. Now, normally, you only get these options. You can blow up the ship, or try and dislodge it by shooting the rocks. I've only ever tried option 1, and usually this has caused me to take substantial damage, because I'll hit like an explosive thing in the rock and do a bunch of damage to my ship. But I have a beam weapon this time. Now, these blue options are almost always good, and they require you to have just a specific thing. Like in this case, if you have a beam weapon, you have this option. I had an earlier one that I could do because I had NG on my crew, and I needed them to do it. So we're going to carefully cut the ship out with our Halberd Beam. Alright, so we get 13 scrap, which is going to be a little less, unfortunately. Well, or maybe that's with it already subtracted. A missile, which is useless to us, and 3 fuel. Okay, so we got 11 scrap. Oh well. Still good. Free stuff. We're probably not going to have anything worth doing at the store, so let's just keep moving forward. Alright, that's the store. Let's move here. Ooh, okay, well... So there's pirates holding this beacon. And, well, I don't like pirates. So let's fuel up our drones. And just ion blast. We gotta get there. Let's risk it. Let's go after their shields. Try and keep their shields on lock. Ooh, we've got some damage. Alright, so we've got... Our shields will be back up momentarily. We do need to send you over and get the oxygen back up. This is a ship killer right here when this goes down. In fact, I probably should be going after their oxygen, but I don't really have a good weapon for doing that. So for now, we just need to get the shields back, the oxygen back up before we worry about that. Definitely damage across it. Door systems are damaged. They're one of the least important ones. Weapons are damaged. That's bad. Pilot, or wait, no. Pilot, stay there. You can now go back in there. Because Mantis are useless when it comes to repairing weapon systems. Get the... Oh, this is going very badly, actually. Things are escalating out of control very quickly. Okay, we gotta get their weapons down, or we are just dead in the water here. This is going badly. Keep our engines... No, keep our... We need to keep our drone systems up. Engines aren't a big deal right now because we didn't have them fully powered anyway. Alright, whew, got them to surrender. That did not go well for us. But that healed us up a little bit, thankfully. Now let's try and get everything patched up. That did not go especially well, but we're alive. We're not doing too badly. That repair arm is keeping us up, too. And worst case, we do have our hull repair drone. We're going to save that for now, though. Let's get our ship back in working order. Now, let's see. Do we have anyone developing any skills? Well, you are... Faishi, you're going to stay where you are. Tai Yi, you're... Go back to shields. Bjorn, stay in weapons. And you'll stay in engines. You do guild up kind of crew skills. So they get better at certain things, which is nice. However, that was a little rough. And as you can see, we do have the big bads coming our way. So let's go to the exit. Alright. What can we do? Ooh, we can repair a bit here. Repair 5 damage for 10 scrap. Yeah, why not? We'll do it. We're in pretty good shape. Now, do we want to? We could go check out one of these. Yeah, let's take a risk. Let's check out a nearby system before we leave. I don't trust this, personally. So, no. We're not going to do that one. And now we're going to go back to the exit. So I did just waste some fuel. I don't trust that. Those are the kind of decisions you're going to have to make in this game. Because that might not have been a trap. I might have just missed out on getting some really good stuff. But you never know. That's FTL for you. I'm surprised we're still alive. And, well, since we're still alive, I think there might be a few more incoming. We might finish off the journey of the laser boat, since it's been surprisingly good so far. So laser boat, you might get to keep going a little longer. For now, however, I think we're going to jump to the next sector, because the rebels are right on our tail. Oh, and this is the last thing we got to look at. Oh, God, we have nothing but bad options here. Our options are, do we go to an uncharted nebula, which, as you can see, will make us go through those top ones there, which are all bad, or a rock-controlled sector, which means we'll have a lot of hostile ships in there. I hate nebulas, so we're going to the rock-controlled sector. We might get lucky. We might get lucky and make it through here, but I don't know. That's it for now, my friends. This has been our look at FTL. This is a really cool game. It is very cheap. It is $8.99 currently on Steam. I know it is, that's in US dollars. I know it's also on sale on GOG. I've heard it's even cheaper there. I really don't know exactly off the top of my head, however. But it's on Steam, it's on GOG. This game is incredible. I highly recommend picking it up. For the price, you really can't beat it. And it's just so much fun. It has this kind of wonderfully old-school feel to it as well, with just the graphics, and I don't know. The best description I've heard is it's almost like a board game on a computer, but in the best way of meaning that. So yeah, FTL, definitely worth a look. So that's it for now, my friends. As always, I've been Jeeps, and we'll be back later with some further voyages of the HMS USS something else SS ship boat laser. The laser boat! We'll see where this goes. I'll talk to you guys later. Hey guys, Jeeps here. I hope you enjoyed this video you just watched. You know, if you liked it, you really help me out by clicking that like button down below, or hell, you could even click subscribe if you haven't already. Now, if you want to see some more stuff, got a couple other videos on the screen. I'll take you to playlists with some series in them. Should be pretty good. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed, and hope to see you around for the next one. Later on, my friends. Later on.